Hi dear fans, friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Afternoon Show today with your host Ram. Sorry dear fans and subscribers, yesterday it was pretty difficult because of the YouTube problems. I couldn't actually upload my video, unfortunately, and I do regret that, but as you know, this is not under my control. Just recapping like what happened yesterday, after the Glenn Maxwell's assault on the Pakistani bowlers, I thought Pakistan bowlers came back really well to actually defeat Australia by 15 runs. And then we also had a match where the Indian bowlers, especially the spinners, all the bowlers in fact bowled a very good line, and they throttled the defending champions of the World Cup, the West Indies, to reduce them to 129, and then knocked off the required runs, not with considerable ease, because definitely West Indies did a good thing by stretching India all the way down to the 20th over when India finally got the victory. Well, so I don't think I'll have time to dwell on that, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with today's match. Today was a very, very exciting day. Today we saw two things which was happening, and that was as exciting as ever, because first and foremost, the clash between New Zealand and South Africa went all the way down to the wire, with with New Zealand requiring 7 runs for victory. And Dale Steyn with his express pace bowling and also a very impeccable line and length really saw to it that South Africa won the match in the end by 2 runs, bowling an excellent over to pick up 2 wickets and also a run out of the final ball when 3 runs were required for Ross Taylor on strike, and they required 3 runs to actually win the match. Dale Steyn clinched the match for South Africa by getting Ross Taylor run out. Such was the tremendous control that Dale Steyn had bowling the final over. So that match went all the way down to the wire. It was the most exciting match so far as the T20 World Cup 2014 was concerned. So we had a great game of cricket here, and then we had Netherlands, who were playing their first game after surprising Ireland the other day in the qualifiers and entering the Super 10s. Today they absolutely disappointed. Not only did they disappoint, they had the ignominy of getting the lowest ever total in the history of T20 World Cup when they were all out for 39 against Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka knocking off those runs in 5 overs to keep up a good net run rate for themselves, and they definitely look poised to actually reach the semi-finals of this T20 World Cup. And why not? They are really looking the piece this time. No doubts about that. And so that was it, and it was the record total. This was the lowest ever total recorded in T20 World Cup history, beating the previous lowest total, which was 56 by Kenya. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the match between New Zealand and South Africa. Well, it all started with New Zealand actually winning the toss and putting South Africa in, and South Africa, well, they had initial trouble when they lost Quinton de Kock pretty quickly after making 4 runs of 8 balls. He was a victim of the bowling of Kyle Mills, who has made it customary to actually provide the breakthrough nowadays. And then it was in fact South Africa were really struggling. They couldn't really get things going against the New Zealand bowlers by losing wickets pretty quickly. Du Plessis, the captain, was sent to the pavilion for 13 of 8 balls with 2 fours by Tim Southee. And then a big wicket for the New Zealanders as they got rid of a very dangerous player, A.B. de Villiers, who was bowled by Nathan McCullum for 5, and that made the score 42 for 3. And then a brief revival with Amla and Duminy at the crease. Well, Amla and Duminy slowly decided to play themselves in and pushed on the score to 97 for 4, 97 in the 15th over, in the 14th over, and that was the time Corey Anderson picked up the wicket of Amla by clean bowling him for 41 of 40 balls with 2 fours. And after that it was absolutely Duminy all the way. Duminy had got to 50 of 31 balls, and Duminy, let me tell you, in this particular T20 World Cup, he is looking a different player altogether. He's not the one to really go there and plod, and he knows how. I mean, there is a calculated assault that he made from 50 of 31 balls, and then he finally finished with a big flurry there. Looking at his knock, he contributed an unbeaten 86 of just 43 balls with 10 fours and 3 sixes, and that definitely proved the difference in the end. As you know, JP Duminy rightly was named man of the match for his thrilling innings of an unbeaten 86 of just 43 deliveries with 10 fours and 3 sixes, which took this South African score on to 170 for 6 of their 20 overs. David Miller was caught and bowled by Anderson for 6 of as many balls with 1 4. Morkel was bowled by Saudi for 11 of 8 balls with 1 6. Dale Steyn was not out on 1. So South Africa did well, thanks to, as I said, Duminy was the man who really went after the New Zealand bowling and really pasted them to all parts of the field, and got South Africa a winning total of 170, which definitely proved the difference in the end. Even though Dale Steyn did the trick for New Zealand, for South Africa, I thought Duminy's knock was very important under the circumstances. Now Kyle Mills, 4 overs no made and 1 for 29 for him. McClenaghan, 4 overs none for 30, a bit costly today. Tim Southee was very costly, so Tim Southee is continuing to be pretty costly. In the last match too, he leaked a lot of runs against England by bowling a lot of short deliveries, and once again Tim Southee is really struggling with his line. 4 overs no made and 2 for 46 for him. Nathan McCullum, I thought he bowled an excellent line and he kept the South African batsman quiet. 4 overs 24 runs and 1 wicket. Anderson 3 overs 2 for 28, and Williamson bowled 1 over where Duminy took him for 13 runs by slapping him to the fence a couple of times. So as far as New Zealand were concerned, they had a target of 171 to actually win this match, and it all started with a very good partnership. Martin Guptill and Kane Williamson were the openers, and initially for the first 3 overs of the power play, it was a very sedate stuff with only probably 16 runs on the board. But later on, Kane Williamson decided that it's no point in just staying at the crease. It is better to go and start hitting the ball. And Kane Williamson, contrary to his nature, we saw he played a lot of strokes which was unorthodox. He used the scoop shot to good effect. He reverse swept, and Williamson was looking, and also played his classy strokes that he normally plays. As you know, he's a very classy player, and he was the one who was hogging the limelight at that particular juncture with a stand of 57 for the first wicket, and they made the maximum use of the power play by picking up more than 50 runs in the power play itself. And as I said, Kane Williamson was the one who was doing all the scoring by playing some very nice strokes. In fact, he was stroking the ball sweetly. He was also not afraid to play some innovative strokes, which very rarely one has seen Kane Williamson play. But today it was a different Kane Williamson who decided that aggression is the best form, and he definitely really started really piling on the pressure on the South African bowlers with his range of strokes. And it all happened, and finally Albie Morkel, with his very first delivery that he bowled when he was brought on, struck for South Africa and got the breakthrough by sending Guptill to the pavilion, who was out for a sedate 22 of 25 balls with 3 fours as he tried to actually flick a delivery, the ball top edge, and Quinton de Kock behind the wickets took a easy catch, so he was gone. Brendan McCullum was dismissed cheaply. He hit one. He just contributed only 4 runs. Imran Tahir was brought into the attack, and Imran Tahir immediately obliged by what was good about Imran Tahir's leg spin bowling. You know, in the last match also he bowled pretty well, and once again Imran Tahir showed what a good bowler he could be by actually dragging Brendan McCullum, the New Zealand captain, outside the crease, and he was stranded by the time Quinton de Kock had already whipped off the bails, and Brendan McCullum was a walker out for 4 of as many balls, and the score was 66 for 2. So 2 quick wickets going after that, and then Ross Taylor came in and tried to just give some support to Kane Williamson, who was looking good, and both of them started slowly trying to guide their team, but there was an over from Morne Morkel who was pretty costly today. Morne Morkel was hit for 3 consecutive sixes by Ross Taylor. One was actually going over I thought it was the long on region, After that, he got one over the keeper's head, and then one went over square leg, and Morne Morkel could not get his line right today, and he leaked. In fact, he had figures of 2 overs for 36 runs at that particular stage, with Ross Taylor really slamming him to the boundary and over the boundary. And as I said, he had 3 consecutive sixes on the bowling of Morne Morkel, and that was something, because Morne Morkel is supposed to be a very good bowler, and he got some cavalier treatment today from Ross Taylor. And well, things were going on, and things were looking pretty much under control for New Zealand, with the score reaching 117. And that was the time this partnership was broken by Dale Steyn, who was brought into the attack by du Plessis, who picked up the wicket of Kane Williamson, as he was caught brilliantly by de Villiers. In fact, it really required a brilliant catch by de Villiers in the deep to actually dismiss Kane Williamson, and that happened luckily for South Africa, and that really turned the game around. Once Kane Williamson was dismissed, out for 51 of 35 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes, a wonderful knock from Kane Williamson, and the New Zealand were 117 for 3, and the run rate was the asking rate was up over 9, and that was the time, as I said, Ross Taylor started unwinding by unveiling 3 sixes of the bowling of Morne Morkel. But after that, Ross Taylor was left like a spectator. He was doing his job, but he couldn't get any support from the other batsmen, who all went into single figures. It all started with Imran Tahir picking up. Colin Munro played one very good switch-hit shot for a boundary, but Imran Tahir lured Colin Munro to have a go at him, and Amla took the catch. He was gone for 7, and after that the drama started. Now I'm taking you down to the drama to see how the excitement all panned out. So let's go and see what really happened. Now we are talking about this is the time when the 18th over is about to begin, and let's see what happened in the 18th over. Well, in the 18th over, it was Anderson and Taylor at the crease, and the equation for New Zealand was they were 142 for 4. They required another 29 runs required from the final 18 balls. Dale Steyn was into the attack, so Dale Steyn was bowling the 18th, and he is also going to bowl the 20th over, as you know. And Dale Steyn came in, and he came in and bowled the 18th over, and well, it didn't start off well for South Africa, with Anderson getting 2 runs first, and then slashing a delivery behind the keeper to the fence, and suddenly the pressure was mounting on South Africa. But Dale Steyn, with his 3rd ball, changed his line a bit, and Anderson, going on for a big shot, pulled out to long on, and he was a goner, and that was another good wicket that Dale Steyn got. So Anderson was gone for 7, and finally Steyn bowled to, and then Taylor was on strike, and Taylor was not able to get Steyn away at all, and finally in the final ball he pinched 2 runs, and Luke Ronchi came into bat in the 19th over, and Morne Morkel, who had actually given 36 runs of his first 2 overs, with Ross Taylor going really slamming him to all parts of the fence. One was a bit surprised. I know it was a big headache for Fab du Plessis to really decide who to bring, whether it is going to be Morne Morkel's brother to come in, I was thinking, but well, that didn't happen. In fact, du Plessis decided to press on with Morne Morkel, and Morne Morkel, the first delivery bowled to Ronchi in the 19th over was played beautifully by Ronchi. He lofted it over the mid-off region for a 4. After that, Ronchi took a single, and Taylor came on strike, and Taylor once again, the very first ball he faced from Morkel, he started off from where he left off by once again putting him past point for 4, and the final ball was beautifully done by Taylor, as he bisected the gap between the cover point and the backward point region and sent it for 4. And suddenly, after Dale Steyn had bowled a good over, in the sense a decent over one would thought, in the 18th over, giving away 8 runs, and see what Morne Morkel did. Morne Morkel had leaked 14 runs of this over to collect 50 runs. If you look at his bowling analysis, he had 3 overs, none for 50, and I'm told that was the costliest over which was bowled. I'm just trying to see whether the statistics are right. In fact, in 18 balls he leaked 50 runs. So this was a big headache for South Africa. So South Africans were the ones who were actually under a great pressure at that particular time, after Morne Morkel bowled such a costly over. and now the spearhead, the pace spearhead Dale Steyn was bowling well, was into the attack. The final over, 7 runs required. Luke Ronchi was on strike, and the final over, 7 runs to get. And now I'm going to enact the whole 6 balls to you. So it's like a cricket commentary now. We are watching Dale Steyn coming into ball to Ronchi, and Ronchi is gone. Ronchi has gone. That was a full ball outside the off stump from Dale Steyn. Ronchi is trying to cross bat that stroke, but well, he has succumbed. Quinton de Kock has taken a brilliant catch, moving to his right side, and Ronchi is gone for 5. So absolute excitement here in the stadium now. The first ball, and there is a wicket, and now 7 runs required of 5 balls. Dale Steyn will be bowling to the new batsman who is walking in. It will be Nathan McCullum on strike. In comes Steyn, bowls to Nathan McCullum. Oh, that's a dot ball. That's bowled with furious pace by Dale Steyn, and Nathan McCullum can't even get a bat to it. Let's see what happens to the third ball. In comes Dale Steyn, running in, bowls to Nathan McCullum. That ball is absolutely brimming with pace, because it's got a lot of pace. He has bowled at 148 kph compared to the 143 kph that he bowled in the previous delivery. And Nathan McCullum once again trying to work the ball to the leg side, does not get a touch onto it, and this is adding the pressure on the South Africans now. 3 balls. The first ball wicket, 2 dot balls, and now serious pressure, and it's very important that Ross Taylor, who is standing at the other end, has to get the strike. Nathan McCullum, can he get a single and take Ross Taylor to strike? That is going to be the key. But here in comes Steyn, absolutely bustling in past the umpire. Bowls to Nathan McCullum. Nathan McCullum this time strikes that ball over extra cover for 4. Could you believe it? Dale Steyn was bowling so superbly, has been hit for a boundary. So that reduces the pressure. Now the equation comes to 3 runs to win of the last 2 balls. Nathan McCullum has relieved the pressure. Taylor and Nathan McCullum are having a mid-pitch conversation right now. The 5th delivery is about to come. 3 runs to win. What a match we are having here at the ground in Bangladesh in the T20 World Cup. The most exciting World Cup match to date, I suppose. Let's see what happens. The 5th delivery. Dale Steyn is coming in. It's going to be Nathan McCullum on strike. Nathan McCullum taps his bat. Dale Steyn is running in, passing umpire, bowls, and this time it's gone. Nathan McCullum has been caught. He has hit the ball. He has tried to hit the ball from Dale Steyn. The ball has gone in the air. Du Plessis at extra cover. The captain of South Africa has picked up the catch. What a match we are having now. Now, Ross Taylor. Well, one thing what that has happened is that due to the change of ends, because they were running for the single, one good thing has happened for New Zealand. Ross Taylor is back on strike. So Ross Taylor, what a battle that is going to be. Ross Taylor would be on strike. Dale Steyn would be the bowler. 3 runs to win for South Africa. This match has really turned the South African way now. Dale Steyn is going to bowl the final delivery. Ross Taylor will be on strike. 3 runs to get. Lots of discussions going on in the center right now as to what they are going to do. The captains are having a conversation. There's a mid-pitch conversation between Ross Taylor and the other batsman who has come in. But Ross Taylor will be on strike, and Dale Steyn is going to bowl the final ball. What an exciting affair we are having here in the T20 World Cup. What an exciting match. The match can't get more exciting than this. Well, we are all waiting with bated breath. The crowds are waiting with bated breath. New Zealand and South African fans are waiting with bated breath. In comes Dale Steyn, coming in, slowly approaching the umpire, passes umpire, pitches up the ball to Taylor, and Taylor puts it back to Steyn. Steyn picks up the delivery, and Taylor is going for a run, and Steyn has actually got him run out at the non-strikers, and it's all over. What an incredible match has ended here with South Africa winning the match of the final delivery and winning the match by 2 runs. Such an excellent match, and as I said, this is the best match in the T20 World Cup to date. What a match we had. Absolutely exhilarating stuff. And Dale Steyn, look at the bowling figures of Dale Steyn. Shimmering, absolutely shimmering, I would say. Dale Steyn bowling 4 overs, no maidens, just 17 runs of this quota, and taking 4 wickets and 2 wickets of that over, and probably only 4 runs. What an over from Dale Steyn, the pace spearhead. He did it for South Africa after Monty Morkel leaked runs aplenty. Monty Morkel Very worrisome bowling figures. 3 overs, none for 50. Alvin Morkel 1 for 13. Imran Tahir 2 for 27. JP Duminy 3 overs for 30. And Sotsovi bowled 4 overs, no maiden, none for 29. What an exciting match that comes to an end, with South Africa taking the match all the way down to the wire and winning by 2 runs against New Zealand. So South Africa finally get their first win in the T20 World Cup 2014, and congratulations to them. But what a match for the T20 World Cup. Now let's get on to the other match. Now from here I'm shifting the onus. In fact, I was planning to actually give you a full report, but now I think it's going to be a bit difficult. So I'm going to just give you a summary. This was a match between Netherlands and Sri Lanka, which was played at Zahoor Ahmed Chaudhry Stadium in Chittagong. And Sri Lanka, as I said, they reduced Netherlands to 39 all out. This is the lowest ever scored by any team in the T20 World Cup history, as Netherlands were all out for 39. The only person who got into double figures as far as Netherlands were concerned was Tom Cooper, who contributed 16 of 18 balls with 2 fours. Other than that, it is a real telephone number, with Myberg out for a blob, Swart the opener out for a blob, Baresi gone for 1, Boren the captain out for naught, Ben Cooper out for 8, Mudassar Bukhari was out for 4, Beek was out for 1, Peter Seelaar 3, Van der Gupten not out not, and Jamil not out not. 39 all out, absolutely in shambles, the Netherlands innings. They couldn't play any of the Sri Lankan bowlers with any amount of confidence, and you can see it in the bowling figures. Kulashekara 2 overs, 2 maidens, no runs and 1 wicket. Angelo Matthews 4 overs, no maiden, 16 runs and 3 wickets. Malinga 2 overs, 2 for 5. And Ajanta Mendes 2.3 overs, no maiden, 12 runs and 3 wickets. Netherlands all wrapped up for 39 runs by Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka knocking off the runs to have a very good net run rate. They definitely lost the wicket of Kushal Pereira, who contributed 14 of 10 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, a victim of Jamil. But then Tilakadne Dilshan with unbeaten 12 of 11 balls with 2 fours. Javardhan not out on 11 of 10 balls with 2 fours, and Sri Lanka getting to the target in just 5 overs flat. 40 for 1, match all over. Only 2 bowlers used by the Netherlands team. 3 overs for 22 for Van der Gupten, and 2 overs no maiden, 1 for 18 for Jamil. The match all wrapped up, and this was a huge win for Sri Lanka. They won by 9 wickets with 90 balls remaining. Well, that sums up my cricket happening show for today. Hope you all liked it. As I said, I'm sorry yesterday I could have actually given you lots of excitement about the match between Pakistan, Australia and India and West Indies, but unfortunately, as I said, because of YouTube problems, I really couldn't go forward. I really missed that, dear fans and subscribers. Sorry about that, but dear friends and subscribers, I've definitely made up for whatever the lost time that was there in those matches today by giving you a real exciting report on this particular T20 match, which was the most exciting match to date in the T20 World Cup, with South Africa winning off the last ball of the innings. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow the matches that are coming up, I'm just trying to see whether I can tell you what exactly are the matches that are coming up. Let me have a check, but right now I don't have it right now. So, well, I think it's going to be Bangladesh for sure. The host Bangladesh are going to play their first big match, and that is going to be against the West Indies. Well, dear fans and subscribers, on this note, your host Ram is ending the cricket show for today, but promising you that you will be seeing me once again on my next cricket happening show. Until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram. Thank you.